Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our regular classes. Now I am going to continue Unit 9 Sequence and Series. Now here the term is arithmetic mean. Now what's the definition of arithmetic mean? Let me explain you. If three numbers a, small a, capital A, B are in AP. Now these numbers are in AP. Then A is called arithmetic mean of A and B, or A is called arithmetic mean between A and B. Now as these three numbers are in AP, therefore by definition of AP you can write capital A minus small a equal to B minus capital A. Simplifying, we are getting twice A equal to A plus B. This implies A equal to A plus B by 2. This is the definition of arithmetic mean of what? Two numbers. Now here between any two given number we can introduce any number of arithmetic means. In general, if A, A1, A2, A3, AN and last is B are in AP, then A1, A2, A3, AN are called an arithmetic mean between A and B. Next point is only the result. The sum of n arithmetic mean between A and B. It means the sum of all these arithmetic mean means A1 plus A2 up to AN equal to n times the arithmetic mean of what? A and B. This is the general result. Now let us see the questions. The questions are very much interesting and it will clear the concept very much easily. Now insert 4 arithmetic mean between 4 and 29. As earlier I have told you, between any two number we can insert any number of arithmetic mean. The main point is when we are introducing the arithmetic mean between two number, the resulting sequence is always in AP. This point you have to keep in mind. Let A1, A2, A3, A4 be 4 arithmetic mean between 4 and 29. Therefore, 4, A1, A2, A3, A4, 29, these are in AP. Now, these are total 6 terms. Therefore, A equal to 4, first term is 4 and the sixth term is 29. It will give you the value of D. Now, A6 can be written as A plus n minus 1 into D equal to 29. It means A plus 5D. Putting the value of A, solving, we are getting D equal to 5. Now we know A and D. You can find out the any term of AP. Now here A1 means second term, A2 means third term, A3 means fourth term and A4 means fifth term of this sequence. So we can easily calculate A1, A2, A3, A4 using the nth term. A1 equal to A1 means second term. It is what? A plus D, 9. Similarly, you can find out the value of other arithmetic mean. Now let us see the next question. Now n arithmetic mean are inserted between 1 and 31. Show that the ratio of the 7th and n minus 1th mean is 5:9. Find the n. This is the word mean. This is the note, the term. Now here between two number 1 and 31 we are inserted an arithmetic mean. So the resulting sequence is in AP. Now the first term is 1. Now total these, how many terms are there? These are n terms and these two more terms are there. So the total number of terms will be n plus 2. This is the very much careful you have to understand. The total number of terms will be n plus 2. So it means 31 is equal to n plus 2th term. So it means a n plus 2 is given to be 31. So simplifying, a plus n plus 2 minus 1 into D equal to 31. Putting the value of A, simplifying, you are getting the value of D in the terms of n. D equal to 30 upon n plus 1. Now it is given the ratio of the 7th mean. It means A7. A7 will be A8 term. Always the mean will be the next term. A7 equal to A8 equal to A plus 7D. Putting the value of A and D. Simplifying, you are getting the value of capital A7. Similarly, A n minus 1 means n minus 1th mean equal to, it will be the next term, A n minus 1 plus 1. It is what? Nth term. So it is what? A plus n minus 1 into d. Again putting the value of a and d. Simplifying, we are getting the value of n minus 1th mean equal to this. Now in the question the ratio of these two is given. You can put it, putting the value of what? A7 and a n minus 1. Simplifying both sides, we are getting the value of n equal to 40. Now let us see the next question. It is one of the important question. Find n such that this quantity be the arithmetic mean of a and b. Now this is the arithmetic mean of a and b, so we can write this quantity is equal to a plus b by 2. Now we have to do the cross multiplication in this very question. Only we have to use the laws of indices, how to collect the terms. Now doing the cross multiply, 2 into a raised to power n plus 1 plus 2 into b raised to power n plus 1 equal to, again multiplying these two, it is what? A raised to power n plus 1 plus a into b raised to power n. Similarly multiplying by b, a raised to power n into b plus b raised to power n plus 1. Now simplifying the expression on both the sides, these are two like terms, they can be easily collected. So it becomes 2a raised to power n plus 1 minus a raised to power n plus 1, means 2 minus 1 is 1. So it is left with a raised to power n plus 1 minus a raised to power n into b. Similarly collecting like term, 2 into b raised to power n plus 1, here b raised to power n plus 1. Subtracting, we are getting here b raised to power n plus 1 minus ab raised to power n equal to 0. Then here from these first two numbers we can a raised to power n common. So a raised to power n is common, we left with a minus b. Similarly from these we can get b raised to power n common, we left with b minus a equal to 0. Again to make these two factors same, we can take minus common here. Then again a minus b is common, I can take it out, a minus b into a raised to power n minus b raised to power n equal to 0. Now when the product of two quantities is 0, then either one of them or both of them must be 0. Now a minus b cannot be 0 because these are the two different terms, their difference can never be 0. This implies this equal to 0. Now this can be written as a raised to power n equal to b raised to power n. Now see this step very much carefully. Now I am taking this term in the denominator of left hand side, then it can be, as the powers are same, we can collect them, so it can be written as a upon b whole power n is equal to 1. It means we are dividing both sides by b raised to power n. So a upon b whole power n equal to 1. Now 1 can be written as a upon b raised to power 0, because we know to power 0 is always the value is 1. So therefore now as bases are same, so power must be equal. This implies n equal to 0. In the whole question we have used the law of indices. Now see the next question. If arithmetic mean between mth and the nth term of AP is equal to arithmetic mean between pth and the qth term of the AP, show that m plus n equal to p plus q. Now as it is given in the question, the arithmetic mean of this and this term means 1 by 2 am plus an equal to arithmetic mean of what? AP and AQ. It means 1 by 2 AP plus AQ by definition of arithmetic mean. Now 1 by 2 cancel with 1 by 2, putting the value of am is a plus m minus 1 into d. Then an is a plus n minus 1 into d. Similarly on the right hand side, AP equal to a plus p minus 1 into d. AQ equal to a plus q minus 1 into d. Simplifying both sides, all the term of a will be cancelled, 2a. Here again it is 2a. They will cancel each other. Now collecting the terms on the left hand side, here from these two terms d is common. We can left with m plus n minus 1 minus 1 minus 2. So it become m plus n minus 2 into d. Similarly on the right hand side, p plus q minus 2 into d. Again d cancel with d. We left with m plus n minus 2 equal to p plus q minus 2. Simplifying, you are getting m plus n equal to p plus q. This is all about what? Arithmetic mean of AP.